The visualization ability of Map Suite iOS Edition can be customized to show information exactly the way you want. It's possible to filter regions by attribute, display graphs of important data, create a custom style with your own icons, show frequency of events, map intensity, and more. Let's look at some of the visualization styles. The first one is cluster style. Instead of displaying every point, cluster style merges multiple data points into a cluster. In this example, the number of earthquakes is shown. For regions with many earthquakes, one larger cluster is displayed. Now let's look at a custom style. MapSuite iOS Edition is extremely versatile. We open up the API to allow you to create a custom style that meets your specific needs. This custom style displays weather and was built to show you that anything is possible. Now let's look at filter style. Filter style only shows features that meet a certain criteria. In this example, we use the state name. When the state name meets the criteria, the state is displayed in the style. Now let's look at class break style. This is similar to filter style, but instead of either showing or not showing in a feature, class break style displays features differently depending on what range the value falls into. Here we show US states colorized based upon population, with blue states representing a sparsely populated state, red a densely populated one, and other colors representing states in between. Now let's look at dot density style. This is a visual representation of density by dots. The dots are randomly spread out across the feature. The dots in our example represent the density of that state, and not where the population is physically located in the state. Okay, let's look at heat style. This creates a radius around the point with the color corresponding to the value. In our example, we show earthquakes with a colored radius corresponding to the magnitude of the earthquake. Now let's look at icon style. Icon style displays icons on the map, such as vehicles. And finally, let's look at Isoline Style. This delineates regions of similar values. We show regions that have experienced a similar magnitude of earthquake in the same color, and separate those regions with isolines. This is similar to what is seen on elevation maps. Let's take a look at the code. Okay, here I have the code. First we'll look at main. Main is basically the entrance to the app. Its function is to open app delegate, which is located here. Now there's two storyboards, one for the iPad, one for the iPhone. And typically these contain the UI and the relationship between the UIs. But for this sample they're blank. Main view controller handles the UI. And if we look at that, you can see that it imports the XML file that has the sample list. This viewDidLoad function is the iOS event for page load. So this runs when the page is loaded. Now you can see over here we have a controllers folder. Inside there's a list of the controllers. One controller for each of the geometric functions. There's also, under this advanced folder, there's detail view controller, which has common functions that are inherited by each of the geometric function controllers, and slider view controller, which handles the menu that slides in from the left side of the map. Let's take a look at one of these controllers. You can see that it inherits detail view controller, and then there's a function for initializing the map, and then one for the style. All right, thank you very much for watching the iOS visualization sample.